Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video. My name is Aijay Junaid and I am a makeup artist based in Ogun State, Nigeria. And my brand name is Makeupbyaijay. Please follow me on Instagram. So for my channel, I'm going to be bringing lots of makeup videos, how I do makeup on myself, on clients, gala videos. I'll be doing how-to videos focusing on an in-depth tutorial on stuff like eyeshadow application, applying eyebrows like guru, foundation routines and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a very fun ride, so please stick with me and I'll see you guys in my next video as we jump straight into this tutorial. Bye. This is what I'm made. This is not. So I started off by applying the Pond's Oil Control Face Primer to her T-zone area. I also went ahead to apply the Zaron Face Primer to the other parts of her face, even though I didn't show that in this video. So now I'm gonna go on with foundation, and I'm using the MAC Studio Fix foundation, and this is in the shade NW47. So I'm working in sections with the foundation application. What I do is I'm gonna apply to a particular part of the face. I'm going to that with a stippling brush and then go over that again with my blending sponge. So I kept building the foundation. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna go in sections and layer it up until I have the kind of coverage that I want. This is what I'm made. This is not. So next up, I'm highlighting her face using the LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is in the shade FAWN. I'm applying this with a brush underneath her eyes and her T-zone area, and I'll be blending that out with my blending sponge. This is what I'm made. This is not. This is what I'm made. This is not. To contour her face, I would use the Mary Kay foundation. This is in the shade 708. Is the darkest one, I think. Most likely not the darkest one, but I'm using this to contour the perimeters of her face. I'm dotting the foundation to the areas of the face I want to contour with my brush, and I'll be blending that out with my blending sponge. I'm also contouring her nose as well with the same foundation. Then I'll go ahead and start blending all that out with my blending sponge. This is what I'm made. This is not. So I make sure I go in between the highlights and the contours to blend any hash line that I might see, just to have a flawless canvas. After I'm done with the blending, I go ahead and pick my Sacha Buttercup setting powder, and I use that to set all the highlighted areas of her face, that's under her eyes and her T-zone area. Using the setting powder to reverse contour her face. So for eyeshadow, I'm using the NUBAN Beauty, this is the intensified eyeshadow palette, and I'm taking that color there and I'm going to be applying that all over her lid. That's the main color. I think that's the only color I use for this eyeshadow look actually. So I'm putting this color all over her lid, and I'm also going to take my blending brush and blend the edges and blend that out into the crease area. And that's pretty much it for this eyeshadow look. It's very simple. This is a dark eyeshadow, a dark brown eyeshadow. So I'm putting that all over her lid because I want to have like a soft, natural brown smoky eye going on, but without any blacks. So this is what I did. That's the only shade I used. It's a very simple eye look to do, and that's it. Before that, I had filled in her brows off camera, and I also applied the NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk all over her lid to serve as a primer and also as a base for the eyeshadow application.
This is what I'm making. This is not. This is what I'm making. This is not.
Okay, so it looks like I went into the crease with a darker eyeshadow from the first brown I had used. I'm sorry, I don't know what brown eyeshadow I used in the crease, but you can use any eyeshadow that is darker than the first brown that we applied all over her lid. This is just to further deepen that crease and make it give some structure to the eyes. So I'm also taking the brown eyeshadow to the lower lashes as well to give like a smoky effect at the bottom as well. So both the dark brown and the other dark brown that I used I'm going to bring both colors to the bottom eye as well, and I just blend that out.
This is what I'm making. This is not.
Shout out to my Jumness. He's going to appear. Yes, see my lovely boy. So I'm applying a highlight to the brow bone area, and I'm blending that out into the transition area. So for lashes, I'm using Aijay lashes in the style Oriente. This is a style that is not too dramatic, and Aijay lashes is my own personal lash line. Okay, so I'm using the MAC Studio Fix powder in NW45, and I'm using that to set all her face and also to blend out the hash lines between the highlights and the contours.
This is what I'm making. This is not.
Now I will apply that shade from the Morphe blush palette on her cheeks and blend that out. After which I'm going to move on to eyeliner. I'm using the Rimmel Scandal Eyes eyeliner in black, and I'll be applying that into her waterline. She was tearing up so bad, so I couldn't really like feel the color in the way I wanted it to be at the lower lash, because I wanted it to have like to be really smoky, but Auntie just kept crying, so I had to like just improvise and do other things. So moving on to highlighting, I'm using the Makeup Revolution liquid illuminator as my highlight for today. So I'm just going to dot that on her cheekbone and her nose, and then I'm going to go back into a regular highlighter over that and the other parts of her face. So that's what I'm doing now. Just dot that and blend it out with a blending brush. So I blended with my finger and also my regular what's it called, that's the eyeshadow blending brush. So I use that to blend, as well as pressing my finger on the edges. I also use my blending sponge to blend out the edges of the highlighter, because I didn't want it to look patchy or anything, so I kept going back and forth between the brush, my finger, and the blending sponge. Okay, so I use the HEGAI and ESTHER lipstick in KWIN. I use this with a pencil brush, not a pencil brush, sorry, this is a lip brush. I use this to outline her lip, and I also use that to fill in her lips. That was the only lipstick I used. I didn't use anything else. It was the main color that I used for her lips, so I'm using that to outline her lips, and I'm also going to fill that same color into her lips. So, and after that I'll be going over this with my House of Tara lip gloss, and I just blended everything out, and that was it. Okay, so now I'm going over that with the gloss, and that brings us to the end of this look. I hope you really enjoyed this look, guys. It's a very simple glam. It wasn't too much, and I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and if you're watching all the way to the end and you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and also the notification bell, so you'll be the first to know when I post a new video. And also, guys, don't forget to follow me on my social media platforms. It's Makeupbyaijay on Instagram, Twitter, and on Snapchat, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.